What if I told you a $4.6 million AI model from China just beat GPT-5 and Claude Sonnet 4.5 on the very benchmarks big tech uses to prove their dominance? Because that just happened, and the ripple effects could reshape the entire global AI race. Meet Kimi K2 thinking, the new model from China's Moonshot AI that shocked the industry by outperforming the world's most advanced closed-source systems at a tiny fraction of the price. Before you think this is overhyped, wait until you hear the benchmarks, because they're not just competitive, they're disruptive. In early November, Beijing-based Moonshot AI, a startup backed by giants like Alibaba and Tencent and valued at $3.3 billion, released the open-weight version of Kimi K2 thinking. And suddenly, the conversation changed. The model scored 44.9% on humanity's last exam, beating GPT-5's 41.7%, 60.2% on BrowseComp, outperforming top browsing-enabled AI agents 56.3% on Seal 0, dominating real-world research tasks. These aren't cherry-picked scores. These are mainstream, respected benchmarks used by researchers worldwide. If GPT-5 and Claude Sonnet are frontier models, then Kimi K2 thinking just walked onto the frontier and took the flag. You may remember the shockwaves from the DeepSeek release earlier this year. Well, industry experts are calling this another DeepSeek moment. Why? Because not only did Kimi K2 thinking match or exceed frontier models, it did so while being fully open source, fully commercial, and trained on a reported budget of just $4.6 million. A figure highlighted by CNBC, though Moonshot didn't officially confirm it. Researchers at VentureBeat called the results a turning point, where the gap between closed and open models has practically collapsed for high-level reasoning and coding. Thomas Wolfe from Hugging Face even asked, should we expect these moments every couple of months now? Kimi K2 thinking uses a mixture of experts architecture with 1 trillion total parameters, but only 32 billion activated per inference. Combined with int4 quantization, this gives up to 2 times faster generation, while maintaining state-of-the-art quality and the real jaw-dropper. This model can execute 200 to 300 sequential tool calls with no human intervention, allowing it to handle complex, multi-step tasks with long chains of reasoning. Artificial analysis confirmed this, ranking Kimi K2 number 1 on its Tau 2 bench telecom benchmark, scoring 93% accuracy, the highest they've ever measured. In other words, this isn't a smarter chatbot. This is the beginning of agentic AI, and China now has one of the strongest open models in the world. Industry analysts say this marks a major strategic shift. Chinese models historically lagged behind top U.S. models, but they're winning on one thing: cost efficiency. Zhang Yi, a leading AI analyst, noted that Chinese training costs are experiencing a cliff-like drop thanks to better architectures, smarter training strategies, and better data quality. Zhang Ruiwang added that because they can't compete on raw performance yet, they're out-innovating on cost. And it's working. Nathan Lambert from the Allen Institute says Chinese labs are now within 4 to 6 months of frontier capabilities, closing a gap once thought impossible to shrink. Moonshot released Kimi K2 under a modified MIT license, fully commercial, with only one condition: if your product serves 100 million-plus monthly users or earns 20 million-plus per month, you must display Kimi K2 in the interface fair and bold. Didi Das from Menlo Ventures summed it up perfectly. Today is a turning point in AI. A Chinese open-source model is number 1. So here's the real question. If a $4.6 million model can beat GPT-5 today, what happens when China scales this strategy? Is this a temporary convergence or the beginning of a new AI superpower shift? Because whether the West likes it or not, the AI race just got a new leader on the scoreboard.